Matt, let's move to America's favorite game show. Was the world wrong? Matt, was the world wrong that the 49ers are the number one Super Bowl threat in the NFC?
No, they're not wrong. I still think they are. I'm still more. If I was playing all teams with all things being equal, I would be more scared of them than any other NFC team at this moment.
More so than Detroit?
Yes.
More so than Green Bay?
Oh yeah.
I still think more so. I agree more so than Minnesota. I didn't even bring them up because Minnesota is a great story right now. But realistically, we don't think Sam Darnold is going to take them to a Super Bowl.
They're playing over their heads, and they're going to have a nice year, and that's great. But we're talking about give them a healthy roster. Can you see them losing to any other team in the NFC? I can't. Now they of course anyone can lose any game, but I think they'd be favorite in pretty much any matchup if they start winning, of course.
Dark horse. I know they just lost to the Giants, so this sounds crazy. If Seattle can get their shit together,
I just don't think.
I don't know, with a rookie head coach, it's tough. But I love Geno. I love Geno.
I don't think he's that. I don't think Geno. Maybe it's because his lack of movement and just all the big quarterbacks now just have to move because defenses are so confusing. Really, I mean, most big plays in the NFL are off-platform plays. If we're going to be honest, they're when the first reads break down. These quarterbacks like Mahomes, like Allen, like Josh Allen, like Lamar, these are all mobile guys.
Those are the chunk plays. The chunk plays are the platforms.
Yeah.
Like, most of them are not just straight 9 routes down the field, right? They're
very
generally
rare.
pushed out of the pocket, you're helping out your quarterback and running down the field.
And then leaving the pocket also changes the defense's eyes, and it kind of freezes everybody while everyone else is still running.
Hey, Matt, was the world wrong thinking that the Ravens can only play with a lead and can't pass their way to a victory being down 10-plus points in the fourth quarter?
The world was not wrong. I think things can happen every now and then in the NFL, but I would not want to consistently fight from behind with Lamar Jackson as my quarterback. It's not a recipe for success.
I disagree. I think the world was wrong if they thought that the Ravens could not win being down in the fourth quarter and passing, because they just did win being down in the fourth quarter and passing. Regardless of Lamar's mistake at the end, they still came back being down 10-plus points in the fourth quarter, and Lamar had an insane second half. Besides that drop, it was an insane game. Lamar dropped it, then the holder on the Bengals lost consciousness for a second, and then we ended up winning, which was fine by me.
I guess I have to humbly disagree with you. I don't want to be in a spot where Lamar is fighting from behind. This team is designed to get out ahead and stay ahead. Anything less is really worrisome.
Is uncivilized?
He just makes bad decisions, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can win. I think that is the evolution of Lamar in this offense. I do agree that I don't want to be behind. I want to run the ball down people's throats and just keep feeding King Henry.
You also do watch him on the sideline too. He doesn't even look at plays. He doesn't even look at film. He doesn't even talk to the coordinator. He literally just sits there.
Lamar?
Yeah.
No, that's what they show you, but I see him looking at the tablets and stuff.
I'm telling you. I'm not saying he's stupid or doesn't, but he does not do that in-game work because they were going from Burrow to him, and I don't know if it was on purpose or what, but Burrow got a headset on. He's on his iPad. He's looking at plays. He's talking to his receivers around him, and Lamar's just sitting there shaking his head by himself. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what's going on here? Like what?
I think that's just the moment that they captured. Lamar is great rapport with everybody. I don't think that.
Teammates look. I just don't. I just think that there might be something missing from his preparation. I'm not saying he's not the most talented guy. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying he won't win. There's something off, and I haven't figured it out. I'm wondering if preparation is the X factor that he could improve on to get to where he needs to be.
Don't come with those accusations unless you have proof to back that up, Matt. Those are some fighting words you're talking about right now.
Yeah, but someone's got to explain it to me because I'm watching a guy literally crumble in front of 20 million people, 30 million people every week. And I'm trying to figure out why, because I think he's phenomenal. And it just makes no sense to me. He is literally a different person when late in games than he is early in games. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Matt, was the world wrong that the London games are boring and stupid?
I always like the London games. I mean, the fact that we're on the East Coast and we get a 9:30 start. I never thought they were boring. I love football. To wake up, have your coffee, breakfast on a Sunday, and whatever you want to do, you can just. Most people don't have to leave their house till a bit later in the morning, so you always get to watch that football. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with one part. I do like having football early. I don't like the London games because they're almost always boring games and not entertaining and real stoops. And I just look at the crowd and they don't know what they're cheering for the most part. So they're like cheering at like there's no home team, there's no away team. They're just cheering at weird times. It just makes me hate them. Like at least we know who and what to cheer for in a soccer match. They don't. It doesn't seem like they really know American football very well.
I mean, if you're not a football fan, it's a little confusing.
No, it is. I agree, but
yeah,
it still makes me upset with them.
I don't. Yeah, I get that. I love London. I love their fandom. I love in general. I'm a big Premier League guy. It's one of my favorite things. Actually, probably my second favorite league in the world behind the NFL right now.
More than MLB.
Yes. I think the MLB is slowly dying, and I'm really sad about it. I was just talking about this with someone the other day that I'm about as diehard of a baseball fan as you've ever known, I'm sure.
No, that's true.
And I'm struggling to relate to it. I'm struggling to enjoy it. The analytics have kind of taken over, and there's nobody with any personalities. Everyone looks like a robot. It's just not exciting. I don't know what to tell you. Like baseball's not as exciting as it used to be, and
no.
I don't know. The TV, it's not really on TV.
I saw Will Clark on a video recently, and he was like, if you are swinging for the fences every time and you hit 230, 240, 15 home runs and 60 RBIs, you're not a baseball player. You're not a hitter. Get out of my batter's box. I mean,
but that's how everyone's taught what everyone's taught to do now, and it's
yeah.
You have a few outliers here and there, of course. You have Ohtani who's and look, that in itself is its own problem because you have your best player who can't communicate with the public. Yeah. It's a problem, but it is what it is. Hopefully something comes along to jolt the industry and get things going, and hopefully somebody smart comes up with some ideas real soon because they need it, especially with the Oakland A's playing in a Sacramento minor league stadium for the next 3 years and then moving to a city that doesn't even want them.
Matt, was the world wrong that Aaron Rodgers is an intellectual and a strong outside-the-box thinker?
I think Aaron Rodgers being book smart made Aaron Rodgers think that he was street smart, and it made him look really stupid for a long time. I think Aaron Rodgers is a very intelligent guy. He's graduated from Cal Berkeley. He's on Jeopardy, winning Jeopardy, Celebrity Jeopardy and all that good stuff.
But he was trying to be the host.
But nothing's worse than somebody without real life experience because who is Aaron Rodgers besides a football player? What else is that man known besides playing football?
Listen, he came up in California being a top football prospect. He was the number one athlete his whole life. He's certainly been coddled and ass-kissed for his entire, at least adolescence.
Every moment since he's been able to throw a football, he's been coddled and ass-kissed, yes.
Yeah, and, the worst thing that happened to him was he fell to 24 in the draft when he thought he was going in the top 5. That all being said, he still ended up being one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
No, yeah, again, this isn't about talent. This is just about an asshole who thinks he's smart.
He does have wild theories, like the ayahuasca thing and the silence retreat in a cave that he said he was going on for 5 days and then left after like a day, I think. Do you remember that?
He's just a bizarre guy, and I think that there's a time and a place to explore things that are in your head, and that's cool. I don't judge anyone for doing what they want to do. But when you're getting paid $50 million, just do some shit. Just go to minicamp, dude. Like
it also feels like his time in the place is the Pat McAfee show to explore his ideas.
How fucking disrespectful is it to the league, to the broadcast partners, to everybody that is giving you this fucking life that you can't go to a goddamn minicamp because you need to go to a silent retreat? Screw him, man. Think about that. Like
Yeah.
we work like we you know like we work. We have people that we work with, work for us. We work for people, whatever it might be. If someone's giving us massive amounts of money, we're at least going to be thankful.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what like 30 years getting your ass kissed does, is thinking you can do whatever you want on anyone's time, and everyone else is going to be okay with it.
And it's agents telling them that they're owed this and they're deserving of this, which they are. They're not. I hope they make all the money in the world, but also respect where the money's coming from, and and that goes for NBA players too.
100%.